It was an ordinary day at Tesla's headquarters in California. The sun was a bit dim, with a light fog on the horizon, but this didn't affect Elon Musk or his employees. Elon quickly left his office and started walking toward the parking lot, dressed in his usual black hoodie and jeans. After a busy day with Tesla and SpaceX projects, he was hoping to relax for the rest of the evening. Despite everything going on, his mind was still stuck on big projects like Mars missions, the future of electric vehicles, and the endless possibilities of space. As he walked toward the parking lot, a light breeze blew, and it was almost evening. The coolness of the evening gave him a sense of relief. After such an intense day, the chill in the air felt like a reward as the night began to fall. Elon usually preferred to work late into the night because, when the rest of the world was asleep, he could be alone with his thoughts, diving deep into his projects and analyzing them. While the city was still asleep, the quiet allowed him to freely think. Suddenly, as everything was silent, a soft but sorrowful sound reached his ears. A deep, hoarse sob. The kind of sound that's as heartfelt and sad as the cry of a person in pain. Elon took a step forward, his curiosity pushing him to investigate, and he headed toward the source of the sound. It was coming from between the parked cars. Without knowing what to expect, he quickly made his way over. There were only a few cars in the parking lot, and no one around. But as he turned a corner, he saw the source of the sound. A small cat, lying on the ground, trembling and burying its head in its paws, sobbing. The cat's fur was falling out, and its body was weak. Its eyes were wide with fear, almost as if it had lost all hope. Elon froze. Seeing animals in distress usually affected him deeply. But this time, it felt different. This cat was really suffering. Elon had come across stray dogs on the streets before, but seeing this little cat in such a state struck him in a different way. This wasn't just a stray animal. It was a living creature, just like a person, in pain, scared, and perhaps struggling with loneliness. Elon slowly approached the cat, making sure to move gently so as not to scare it. The cat flinched with every step he took, but its eyes softened with a sense of trust as it looked up at him. Elon gently stroked the cat, trying to calm it. "I want to help you," he whispered. The cat's fur was thin, dirty, and matted. As he stroked the cat's body, his connection to it deepened. This wasn't just a cat. It was a life with the potential to be saved. The cat's eyes seemed to shine, almost as if thanking Elon. Elon kept gently stroking its head, trying to soothe it. "You've had a rough night, haven't you?" he said, his voice filled with deep empathy for the pain the cat was feeling. The cat's shivering showed just how much it was hurting. They sat quietly for a while, and as the night went on, Elon decided he would take responsibility for this little creature. But after attending to the cat, Elon's eyes scanned the empty parking lot. There was no one around, only the wind whispering through the empty streets. The city was beginning to wake up, but for this cat and others like it, the world was still dark. He knew that they would continue to live on cold streets. Elon realized that his concern wouldn't stop with just this cat. There were other animals out there, living alone, homeless. At that moment, an idea formed in his mind. He had seen a campaign online about an animal shelter in New York. According to Elon, most of these shelters were inadequate, but through raising awareness, people were taking serious steps to address the plight of street animals. Elon realized that this was a problem too big to be solved with just a few shelters. Every day, there were more and more street animals. More had to be done. He took off his jacket, unzipped it, and gently wrapped his scarf around the little cat. The cat stopped shivering from the cold, but it was still so scared that it couldn't fully relax. Elon stayed there a while longer, softly stroking the cat to help calm it down. "I can't just leave you here," he said, his voice soft, touching the cat's wounded spirit. "You deserve something better." Just as he was about to get up and leave, his eye caught sight of something else. A few steps away, in front of an abandoned shop, there was another stray cat, its fur falling out. The dirt and grime on its coat showed just how much it was suffering. Elon's heart tightened. There were thousands of animals in the city living like these cats, homeless, cold, and alone. In that moment, he fully grasped the enormity of the issue. This wasn't just about a few stray cats or dogs, it was about improving their living conditions across the board. Elon pulled out his phone and quickly started researching. He was looking up animal shelters and organizations that could address this issue. He saw that people wanted to help, but the scale of the problem required much larger action. Could he start a campaign to help? If he raised enough money, he could build more shelters and save more animals. He thought about it boldly. If he could help even a few animals, it would be worth it. He quickly created a donation page and shared his vision with the world. He launched the campaign titled, "Help New York's Stray Animals." It went viral almost immediately. People were donating, volunteering their time, and sharing their ideas. Donations started rolling in fast. Elon was amazed by the support from people. Some donated money, while others volunteered to help the animals living on the streets. Within a few days, Elon had raised enough money to build several shelters around the city. He started collaborating with local businesses and organizations to construct the shelters. These shelters weren't just temporary fixes, but long-term and sustainable solutions. Everything necessary to ensure these animals would be cared for their entire lives was being put in place. Within a month, shelters were up in various parts of New York, transforming the city. For Elon, there was no desire for an award or celebration. The most important thing was that people understood that these animals were sentient beings with feelings. Raising awareness that every animal has value became his greatest goal. Over time, Elon's movement gained nationwide recognition. He continued to appear on television shows and social media programs, sharing his story and encouraging others to take action. His message was simple: every life matters. The movement grew rapidly, and the Pause Forward Foundation became a global cause. Elon traveled the world, working with governments and organizations to create permanent laws and build more shelters for street animals. One day, Elon visited a shelter and saw the cat he had helped years ago. The cat was healthy, happy, and wagging its tail joyfully. Elon smiled and walked toward it. "You've really come a long way, haven't you?" he said, his voice full of emotion. The cat's journey was still ongoing, but it had once again been helped and was living on.